What is Flutter?
Flutter is an open-source UI framework created by Google. It allows developers to build beautiful, high-performance applications for multiple platforms like Android, iOS, web, and desktop, all from a single codebase. The most powerful part of Flutter is that it doesn't rely on native UI components. Instead, it uses its own rendering engine called Skia, which means the app looks the same across all devices.
Why use Flutter instead of native development?
Flutter uses the Dart programming language, also developed by Google. Dart is similar to Java, C#, or JavaScript, so developers from those backgrounds can learn it quickly. Dart is optimized for UI development, supports both just-in-time, JIT, and ahead-of-time, AOT, compilation, which makes development fast and apps run smoothly in production.
What are widgets in Flutter?
In Flutter, everything is a widget. Widgets are the basic building blocks of the UI, like buttons, text, images, and even layouts such as rows and columns. You can think of widgets as small Lego blocks. You can combine them, nest them, and customize them to build your complete app interface.
What is the difference between stateless widget and stateful widget?
Stateless widget is the widgets that don't change once built. For example, a simple text label or an icon. Stateful widget is the widgets which can change during the lifetime of the app. For example, a counter button that increases its value when pressed. So, if the UI depends only on fixed data, use stateless. If the UI depends on dynamic data or user interaction, use stateful.
What is hero animation?
Hero animation lets you animate a widget from one screen to another. For example, an image can smoothly transition from a list page to a detail page, making the UI feel polished and natural.
What is hot reload and hot restart in Flutter?
Hot reload is one of Flutter's best features. It allows developers to make changes in the code and instantly see the results in the app without losing the current state. Hot restart rebuilds the entire app from scratch and resets all states. You lose the current UI state, so it's usually used when there are big changes in the app structure or logic that hot reload cannot handle.
What is the Flutter engine?
The Flutter engine, which is written in C++, handles low-level tasks such as graphics rendering, text layout, file I/O, and plugin architecture. It allows Flutter to draw UI consistently across platforms, bypassing native UI controls. This is one reason Flutter apps have smooth animations and consistent appearance.
What is Future Builder and Stream Builder in Flutter?
Future Builder builds widgets based on the state of a future. While waiting for data, you can show a loading spinner. Once the data is available, the widget updates automatically. It's commonly used for API calls. Stream Builder works like Future Builder but for streams. It rebuilds widgets whenever new data comes through the stream, which is ideal for real-time updates like chat apps or sensor data.
What is the difference between run-zoned and run app?
Run app is what actually launches your Flutter application and paints the widget tree on the screen. On the other hand, run-zoned is used to run your code in a protected zone, so that you can capture unexpected errors and handle async code safely. In short, run app starts the app, while run-zoned gives you more control over error handling and logging.
What is the difference between Material app and Cupertino app?
Material app provides Android-style widgets and theming. Cupertino app provides iOS-style widgets. Using these, you can make the app look native on different platforms.
Could you explain the widget tree in Flutter?
Flutter's UI is built as a tree of widgets. Every widget can contain child widgets, forming a hierarchy. For example, a scaffold widget might contain an app bar, a column, and inside the column, you might have multiple text and button widgets. Flutter efficiently rebuilds only the parts of the tree that change, making apps smooth and fast.
What is build context in Flutter?
Build context represents the location of a widget in the widget tree. It allows a widget to access information about its parent or the theme, navigate between screens, or use inherited widgets. Essentially, it's how Flutter knows where a widget lives and how it relates to other widgets.
What are keys in Flutter and why are they important?
Keys help Flutter identify widgets uniquely when rebuilding the UI. Without keys, Flutter may rebuild widgets unnecessarily, which can cause UI glitches or lost state. There are different types. Global key, access the state of widgets across the tree. Local key, Differentiate widgets within the same parent.
What is setState in Flutter?
SetState is used in stateful widgets to notify Flutter that the state has changed. Flutter then rebuilds the widget tree for that widget. For example, if a counter button is pressed, setState updates the displayed value without rebuilding the entire screen unnecessarily.
What is Provider in Flutter?
Provider is a popular state management solution. It allows you to share and manage data across the widget tree efficiently without passing data manually between parent and child widgets.
What is RiverPod?
RiverPod is an improved version of Provider. It offers better safety, easier testing, and more flexibility in managing app state. It prevents issues like accidental access to uninitialized objects.
What is Block in Flutter?
Block stands for Business Logic Component. It separates UI from business logic by using streams. This makes the app more testable, scalable, and maintainable, especially in large projects.
How do you navigate between screens in Flutter?
You use the Navigator class. Navigator.push opens a new screen, while Navigator.pop goes back. For replacing the current screen, you can use Navigator.push replacement.
Difference between Navigator 1.0 and Navigator 2.0.
Navigator 1.0 is stack-based and imperative, using push and pop. Navigator 2.0 is declarative, allowing for more complex routing, deep linking, and better control for web applications.
How do you make a Flutter app responsive?
We can use Media Query to get screen size, Layout Builder for flexible widgets, or packages like Flutter_ScreenUtil. The goal is to ensure the app looks good on any screen size, orientation, or device.
What is pubspec.yaml?
Pubspec.yaml is the configuration file for Flutter projects. You define dependencies, assets, fonts, app metadata, and version information. It's like the blueprint of your app's structure and resources.
What is Gesture Detector in Flutter?
Gesture Detector detects user gestures like taps, double taps, swipes, and long presses. It wraps around a widget and lets you add interaction without adding extra UI components.
How do you optimize performance in Flutter?
Use const constructors whenever possible. Avoid rebuilding large widgets unnecessarily. Use efficient state management like Provider or Block. Cache images and use lightweight widgets for long lists.
What is dependency injection in Flutter?
Dependency injection in Flutter is a way of giving a class the objects it needs, instead of the class creating them by itself. For example, if a screen needs a service to fetch data, we don't create the service inside the screen. Instead, we inject or pass it from outside. This makes the code cleaner, easier to test, and more flexible, because we can change the service without changing the screen's code.
Thanks for listening. If you found this useful, don't forget to like and subscribe.